crime, possession of methamphetamine, I've got to set at $1,000 bond, and riding a bike with no light, that would be just ROR. Mr. Clark, what's your thoughts on an appropriate bond for Mr. Tony?
Judge, I believe an appropriate bond for Mr. Stoney would be ROR to standard pretrial. This is a possession of methamphetamine case, non-violent. He's 47 years old, has no car and works odd jobs, and he has a place to live, Judge. So based on those reasons, I believe a reasonable bond for Mr. Stoney would be ROR to standard pretrial release.
Okay, Mr. Gilday, my reading of the PC has him with essentially with one rock of methamphetamine. Is that like deminimizing it, or did you have more?
14, 15.
All right, I believe you're correct. The state's only concern is the defendant has multiple priors and 2 pending cases of possession of methamphetamine. He has 2 pending from 2021. He's got some dealing with stolen property in 2013, resisting without violence and unlawful use of false name, 2017. Dealing in stolen property, burglary, structured, unoccupied, grand theft, assault, and resisting without violence in 2013. Going back a little bit, he does have a few possession of cocaine and delivery of cocaine.
Mr. Gilday.
Yes.
I apologize for interrupting you.
That's okay.
He's got an extensive record.
Correct.
But here's what I'm looking at. I don't want to send him to pretrial, because if I ask him to report to pretrial in his medical condition, I then have to worry about the safety of pretrial. Okay? So pretrial is not an option. If I set him a bond, I doubt he can afford a bond. So that's the dilemma I'm in. Can you hear me, Mr. Clark?
I can, Judge, and I am in agreement.
I don't want to send him to pretrial.
Understood.
And I don't necessarily want him to sit in jail. But I can't think of a bond amount that he can afford. So that's the dilemma, gentlemen. So let's put our heads together and come up with something. Let's go, Mr. Clark. What's your thoughts? Ms. Chambers, you're in this too. Mr. Stoney. Antonio Stoney's on what page?
26.
Okay, let's go. So I need a solution between all 4 of us.
Judge, he can, your pretrial basis was that he is in quarantine, so he has COVID, so we shouldn't send him to pretrial. I believe there's an option for him to call over the phone.
Pretrial. If he's released, can he call over the phone until his health considerations improve?
He can, I just don't.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I can.
Pending felonies that he currently has.
Okay, but here's my situation. I've got a man who allegedly had 1 rock of methamphetamine inside of a bicycle. They stopped because he didn't have a light. I want to kind of get him out of the jail. So if I just have him call into pretrial for the first 15 days and then he can report, would that be legitimate?
The court can order him to report by phone, or we'll do the intake by phone, and he
Okay.
will continue to do whatever he needs to do by phone.
Okay, Stoney, you need to get out of there and take care of yourself. I'm gonna need you to report the pretrial by phone. They're gonna give you a number, okay, to call them. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
report by phone, otherwise they're going to issue an arrest warrant for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You gotta get out today, sir. You need to take care of your health, but make sure you call them, okay? Because you're gonna be on pretrial by phone until your health improves, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, now good luck. Take care of yourself, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, we're gonna need about.
It's gonna be RR. He's RR. He's on pretrial, standard pretrial. He's gonna call in, okay?
Free
You got anything else?
Judge, I had Christopher Toller.
Okay, let's go to Teller's case. Christopher, what?
Excuse me, Your Honor, we're gonna need about a few minutes to get to the other part.
Okay, need some time. Okay, take your time. You need time to set up between each of the individuals.
Okay, sir.
Judge Williams,
Yes, sir.
North Broward, we have Miss Heller Watson.
Okay, let's go to North Broward. Okay, at North Broward, we're talking to someone named Whom?
Heller Watson.
Heller Watson.
Watson, how are you doing, ma'am?
You might have to lean down so you can hear you.
Okay, I can barely hear her. She's found PC for grand theft auto, resisting an officer with violence, resisting an officer without violence, and operating without a valid DL. It was a medical reset. So I'm inclined to set bonds at the grand theft auto 1,000. Resisting with violence is going to be 500. Resisting without violence 100, and operating without a license is 25. Mr. Clark, let me hear from you first. What's your thoughts on those bonds, sir?
Judge, I don't think we're at main jail. Or what, I walked away for a second, Judge, so I have no idea what we're talking
It's
about.
Ms. Chambers, Your Honor.
Ms. Chambers, I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Chambers, I'm sorry. It's going to be Daisha, Shadana, Heller Watson. Do you have the case, Ms. Chambers?
Yes, Judge.
Can you make the argument from as to, because my bond amounts I'm inclined is 1,000 count 1, 500 count 2, count 3 would be $100, and 25 count 4.
Judge, I did not get to speak with Miss Heller Watson because she was in quarantine, so I don't know if that is something that she would be able to afford. I know that $1,000 is the standard bond for the grand theft auto, as is the 500 for the resisting without violence. I think that, oh, sorry, with violence. I think that the bonds are fair at this point. I just don't have any knowledge whether she can afford it.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to just now even lower the count 2 in a resisting with violence. So clerk, it's going to be 1,000 count 1, count 2 500, count 3 100, and count 4 25. She can also ask her division judge to reduce those amounts. Okay.
Okay.
So ordered. Good luck, ma'am. Take care of yourself. We're back to where is Mr. Christopher Teller at?
Just give him a few minutes, okay?
Are we ready to go on Christopher Teller?
Judge, do you know what page he's on, for chance?
Yeah, do we have Christopher Teller or either Travis Skinner?
I was at North Broward, Your Honor, but I'm gonna need a little while to get to that unit.
Okay, so you need some time on Skinner and Teller?
About 5 minutes for Teller. I don't have Skinner.
Sure, here's the deal. You take as long as you want. I'm just gonna sit it. When you're ready to go, you pop on and you say I'm ready, okay?
Yes, sir. You're the best, Your Honor.
Sir, what page are they on?
15 and 21.
Okay, Teller is on 15, Skinner is on page 21. I'll stand down until they get ready. They need to clean these areas off and do their job. Chambers, what division are you in now?
I'm the lead in Judge
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Judge Murphy?
McCarthy.
Okay, we have Bravo. Okay, McCarthy. Yes, sir. What you got, Deputy?
I have Mr. Skinner on page
Okay, let's
15.
go. Mr. Torvis Skinner, guys. I think he's on page 21.
15, Your Honor.
15. Torvis Skinner, you're on 15, sir. Can you duck down a little bit so I can see your face, sir? All righty. I'm looking at Torvis. It's 1 count of possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon. It's got to sit down for a no bond hold. But I asked a question. I think Gilday, you said a typical possession of a firearm by a felon is approximately 3,000, and I think Mr. Clark said he's seen like 1,000. Is that correct, Mr. Gilday?
Your Honor, I see it as 3,500.
3,500. Ms. Chambers, what do you see? Those approximately 3,500, Ms. Chambers, or less than that, or what do you normally see? I'm sorry, 35? Okay, I'm gonna go stick with essentially, I want to keep each individual, but I also want to have a reasonable standard. It's going to be $3,500. Bond out when you can, Mr. Torvis Mark Skinner. Good luck, sir. It's a $3,500 bond. The last case we've got left is Christopher Teller, and I'll stand down until they're ready with Christopher. We'll stand down. Mr. Clark, are you working tomorrow?
No, I had traded a day with somebody, so Mr. Brighton Weathers was gonna handle it.
Okay, so you won't be here tomorrow?
Correct.
All right, I've enjoyed having you, and Mr. Gilday and Chambers. You guys made this an enjoyable Saturday, believe it or not. You guys, your arguments were clear, cogent, and appropriate. So pleasure meeting you, Clark. Gilday, you've always been a hot shot. Chambers, I've known you since the day you were born. You guys, we got one more case. I'll let you guys get on home.
Thank you very much, Judge, and it was a pleasure to meet you as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
We need to come by and see you. It's just so hard when you're on the other side of the building.
I know it. Well, I'm here. I don't go home tonight about 9. I got work to do, so I'll go home tonight at 9, get a little rest, come back tomorrow morning.
I was there till almost 8 o'clock yesterday. So,
Yeah,
yeah, nice and quiet.
yeah. Just get so much done at night when no one's around on the weekends. It's, we got like mental health issues with juveniles, trying to set up the whole structure.
This is the missing your cigar.
You said, yeah,
But you're missing your cigar.
yeah, yeah. So you were Barbara McCarthy.
Yeah, they just moved me there a week and a half ago from their Flint.
Yeah, we were state attorneys together when I first got here at South Satellite back in 1990. So I've known her for, my God, time goes by fast, 31 years.
I like her a lot. I like her division.
She's a good person.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny about Judge McCarthy is when you look at the bias studies,
I'm sorry.
she's perfect. She's like 0. She doesn't look at black, white, and across the entire state, no one has a better number than her. I mean, no one in the entire state. And but to think that she would have like 0, she doesn't fluctuate one way or the other, black or white, on at any level. It was, I've never seen. Well, we were at the conferences, we were asking how does a person, you know, there was no fluctuation. It was interesting. She was the best in the entire state, as I recall. Yeah, definitely the best in Broward, but across the entire state. Christopher Teller, we're taking our time. When he's ready, we'll take our time. We're in no rush, gentlemen, ladies. You work every weekend? You, I'm talking to you. Yeah.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get that to you. I'm sorry. All righty. Okay, Deputy, whenever you're ready with Mr. Teller, take your time, sir.
Push this. Put your mask on and push this. All right, Your Honor, we're ready.
Okay, Mr. Teller, how are you doing, sir? Okay, I've got Mr. Teller. He's a medical, he's in quarantine. Mr. Teller's case, I found probable cause, folks, for a possession of heroin case. Allegedly, it was a traffic stop. And during Miranda, he allegedly admitted that there was heroin inside of a black bag that was located in the vehicle's console. And it was approximately 0.2 grams of brown powdered heroin, and it was positive. And so they arrested Mr. Teller. Teller is approximately 33 years of age. He has a residence, I believe, in Boca Raton. He was arrested in Coconut Creek. So at this point in time, I've got it set for a $1,000 bond. Gilday, does he have a record?
Here he does have in cases in Palm Beach which are with substance. He's got a possession of marijuana from 2015 and paraphernalia from 2015 in West Palm. The state would be recommending $1,000 and there's no alcohol and no intoxicants. He's on page 21.
All righty. Ms. Chambers, you wish to argue this, or Mr. Clark? Okay.
Mr. Toller also has some open warrants out of West Virginia. I show 3, 2 felony warrants for that, and a misdemeanor warrant for that. That's out of West Virginia.
So he's not going anywhere.
Well, it shows that he's non-extraditable from Florida, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah, we don't know what
It
date.
shows that he, it's a pattern that he's not showing up to court when he ought to.
Yeah, I would like to, more than anything, to move him out of our jail system so he can get the care he needs, but also because of our staff in our jails. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll keep his bond at 1,000. West Virginia's looking for him and so forth. I'll keep it at 1,000. Clerk, who is this judge? Have this judge review my decision.
Your Honor, just so the court is aware, there pursuant to the AO in this division, there is a second look docket that is done every day.
Okay,
And what we look at are non-violent third-degree felons.
okay,
So this particular one would, I'm actually the one that makes that document. So he would, I will review him next week. And
Okay.
if he's still in custody, then I'll place him on the second look.
thank you so much, ma'am, because I want to get him out of there for everyone's safety,
No problem.
including his. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so it's gonna be that amount, and she's gonna deal with and put him on a second look docket.
Okay.
You guys are the best. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Mr. Teller, we're gonna take a second look at you next week, okay, sir? Take care of yourself and God bless you, sir. All righty, guys, I think that's it unless someone, Mr. Clark or Gilday or Ms. Chambers, unless you guys have something.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You have anything, Gilday? Clark, okay, you guys take care of yourself and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get the paper up on time and we'll start promptly. But for right now, the clerk's office said we had a large docket. They were correct. It's now 11:49. We're just ending. Good luck, everyone, and I'll see you in the morning. I can't wait.